Oh, I forgot the intro. Whatever. The Psychotic Strengths podcast. It's Tyler Toby Townsend.
You got me as I was taking a drink. Alan Anderson.
And Justin Bates.
All right. Well, it's been a minute. I really need to get one of these done. I'm not sure how long it'll be. We're going to play Magic after. It'll be more fun. But, yeah, so gym update. It's been 2 weeks for me. I was gone for an entire week, and then this last week I got a little sick in the very last part of our journey, which was in Iceland. So yeah, I'll go over the trip here. First, we flew into Amsterdam, and then went right to Sicily. So we went to Catania in Sicily. This is me and my son. We went for a trip to get his Sicilian charms for when he turns 16.
What are those? I saw you post about it, but I didn't know what it was.
They're these.
Okay.
Every Italian or Sicilian has seen these or knows what they are or whatever. So this is the Italian horn and the mano, or the hand, are the two that my family usually have. You can do the blue eye. You can do, there's a pepper with a king hat on.
Do they represent things?
They're different, like protections, and they bring you different like luck or prosperity, shit like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Something for like lifelong benefit type thing.
Yeah.
Like, traditionally, is it two of them?
No, it's every family has the two that they use, or two or however many you use.
Oh, okay.
Some people have one. Some people have like 10. The horn is usually the one. It's usually that one, and then they'll add on from there.
It's almost like a family crest type thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, in Sicily, you could tell like who's related by like which ones they're wearing.
That's interesting.
If you pay attention enough, which most people don't.
Yeah.
Give a fuck. You're wearing charms. But Sicily was cool, man. It was super antique, super old, a little touristy, but not crazy. But yeah, it was really cool, man. And then we flew to Rome. Rome fucking sucked.
Really?
Rome sucked the whole time, every part of it. Like it just sucked, man. We got there, we waited 2.5 hours for the bus to take us to the car rental spot. And then we just like went up to this one. I was getting sick of it, so I went up to this one bus. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I drop people off at the same building. It's the same shit for me. So if you guys want to hop in, go for it." I get there, they're not even sending anybody out. The company that I was going to see. So this dude, just being nice, took us to the fucking company, which was like 10 minutes away. There was no walking there. And then we get there, and they're just like, I didn't want to pay for the insurance. It's like an extra $100 for nothing. I get nothing back, right? And it was $100 for insurance, but $80 to rent the car the whole time.
So it was more expensive for the insurance than the actual car itself.
Yeah, I was like, fuck that. And they're like, okay, fine, then we'll put a hold on your card for $1,000. I was like,
what?
Fuck you, dude. Like, I'm on vacation. I need that money to, like, I have a specific amount I put on the card to be able to use here. And they just, those are your two options. So I just got the fucking insurance. And they're like, okay, well, now, no matter what happens to the car, you'll be insured, so it doesn't matter. And I was like, good, then I'm going to fucking run it into a wall, like, which actually turned out well, because in Rome, I'm driving, dude, I'm on the phone, right? Apparently when you're on the phone, your internet doesn't work. So I'm, like, trying to figure out how to get back to my apartment, and I'm on the phone, so it's not working. So all I can see is maps, so I can see where I am.
But not where you need to
That's
go.
it. Yeah. And there's like 100 one-way roads.
Yeah.
Like, everything's one way. Yeah. And like it's just like everybody's fucking insane. I've never
European drivers are fucking terrible.
Well, okay, so I'm still trying to decide. Are they the worst drivers in the world or the fucking best? I didn't see a single accident.
Anyone that sees anyone else in Europe drive that's not from Europe says they're the worst drivers in the world, but people from Europe are like, "Oh no, we're fucking great."
Well,
like,
that's the thing, is
so
they're
sketchy.
insane, but I didn't see a single accident the whole time I'm there.
Are they just like cutting lanes?
They're cutting each other off. They're like driving 3 in one lane because they have Fiats and shit everywhere, like in scooters.
Have you seen people drive in India?
No.
Oh my
Some of
god,
those
they
videos
they,
are insane.
they literally have a language in honking.
Really?
So then they know like how to get in between everyone where they're going. It's so fucking crazy. Especially with how high the population is also. So it's like people are walking across the street and then there's fucking cars zooming around them. It's insane.
I'd say if you watch one of the like street cams that's above them and it's just doing a fast forward of the day, it's just a mass of different directions all driving through the same area at once. It's like no stoplights, just everybody goes and you just weave your way through.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Well, yeah, this was intense, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'm lost. And I have no idea. And then this scooter, I don't know if I cut him off or because I did just downshift on accident instead of upshift. It's everything's man. So I'm driving a stick shift, looking at a map. I'm on the phone. I'm shifting with 2 fingers. Like I'm not having a good time. I'm flustered. This conversation's already not fun for me, and then I'm like irritated already. Right? So like, then this guy comes up and he like smacks the door and he's like, "Hey, you're a shit driver." I'm like, "All right. My bad," right? Like, I mean, I see that. I don't know what I did to you, so that's probably not good. So, like, okay, I'm sorry, dude. I'm fucking lost. Like, leave me alone. And so he takes off. And then I go, and as I'm pulling up to the next light, I can see scooters go between everybody and go to the front of the line. Mm-hmm. This dude's waiting for me. And so I pulled up next to him. I'm like, what? He's like, "You're a terrible driver," like yelling at me and shit. And I'm like, "Fuck you, man. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm lost. I don't know what to do." He's like, "You guys are the ones ruining all this, blah." And I'm like, "All right." And then he starts leaning in my car looking like he's about to slap me. And I'm like, "Okay, now you're going to get your ass beat. I swear to God, you want your ass beat?" Like, and I'm fucking yelling at this dude. I'm on the phone with Lily's listening to this whole fucking conversation. So I throw the phone down and I jump out of the fucking car and he kicks my door. I knew what he was going to do. You open the door on anybody, they're going to kick it at you, right? So I opened the door with just my arm. I didn't stick my leg out. He kicks it, and then he took off. And so I got out of the car, and I was like, "Fuck, man." I was really in the mood, man. You know, like, I was pretty bad. But he kicked the car. Nothing really happened to it. But it was insured, I guess. So we get the car. We go to the hotel. It's Airbnb, right? Airbnb's been real good to me everywhere. We schedule our tours through Airbnb. We schedule our stays, all that shit.
Through Airbnb.
Yeah, dude, they do tours. It's really fucking cool. You can go to experiences for Airbnb. It's great.
That's good to know. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah. So we get there. This lady's like, "All right, well, it's on this corner." And I'm like, "First of all, where am I supposed to park? Like, this is packed, dude. People are parking on curbs, like up the side of fuck. I don't know where to. There's no open spots.
Yeah.
I'm American. We park in the designated parking areas, or you get towed, right?
Yeah,
like so.
Pretty much.
That's what happens. And she's like, "No, you got to find a spot to park. If you can't find a spot, there's a spot for 20 euros a day." And I'm like, whatever. Just fucking pay the 20 euros so I can figure this shit out. We get back out. I get to the corner, and she's like, "It's the red building." And I'm like,
"Which one?"
"There's 12 buildings. They're all orange." "Do you mean orange? And which orange one?" "No, it's red. It's red." Like, she's getting pissed. And I'm like, "I don't know what you want me to do here. I'm looking around. There's no other buildings." And then I'm like, "Oh, I see out of the corner of my eye this big red door." And I'm like, "You meant a red door?" And she's like, "That's what I said." And I'm like,
It's the red building.
"If you don't speak English, it's cool. But don't get mad at me when you fuck it up, right?" Like, I didn't say anything to her. I'm like, "I'm just grateful to find the door." She opens it for me. And then I find out that I have to have internet, which I did not turn my data roaming on. Mm-hmm. It's like fucking $10 a day to use over there. I'm spending enough on this trip, right? Yeah. So we get up to the room. Everything's Wi-Fi. So I'm like, okay, well, I bet you I can get into the door for the apartment because Wi-Fi will connect once I get close. It'll probably work for the door too. Nope, we're on the 6th floor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the 6th floor. First of all, they don't count the first floor.
Right.
And then
it's the ground floor.
Right, it's a 10-story fucking building, and they're everywhere. It is insane how high up these fucking buildings go, dude. I'm looking down. I'm not one that's like, I don't like heights, but this is making me sick. Look down. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. So we get up there. Now she's throwing a fit because I don't have Wi-Fi and all this other shit. And I'm like trying to figure it out. I don't know, man. So she had to keep opening the door. And so I finally just was like, fuck it. I'll do roaming. I did all that shit. And then the next day, so we sleep. I can't find sheets or blankets or nothing for my son. He's sleeping on the futon, right? I got the bed. He's got the futon because, yeah, that's how this goes. Nothing. So we take apart the duvet cover, right? He gets the inside, I get the outside of it. We'll just be cool for tonight. I called this lady and I was like, I texted her. I was like, hey, where's the sheets and shit for the second bed? She said, oh no, that's €70 more a night.
Oh my god.
I'm like, for sheets, bro? Then why'd you say there were 2 beds? Well, there are 2 beds. I didn't know you wanted to use the other one. Otherwise, that's 70 extra euros a night.
That's so stupid.
I'm like, fuck you, dude. I told you there were 2 people. I needed 2 bed. You think I got a 2 bed on accident? Like, what's wrong with you? And so I said, oh, that's ridiculous. I said, forget it then. And she said, it's ridiculous. It calls me screaming about that we can just leave. And she's trying to kick us out of the Airbnb. And I'm like, oh, great. So now I'd have to find a hotel. It's going to be $500 a night because it's day of. It's in fucking Rome, right by the Vatican. This is not going to happen, dude. And so I was like, forget it. I just squashed it. But as soon as we left, I wrote this huge review. I got a hold of Airbnb. I was writing notes. So that was day one.
You were making all the notes and
I
stuff.
was writing notes
keep
the
track of
entire
everything.
time we're there because I'm so fucking heated. And I'm trying to stay out of this goddamn apartment so that they can't charge me for anything else, you know, because I'm sure they're gonna. And so by the end of it, they thought we were cool about everything until I wrote this review. And then they're like calling my phone directly, sending me messages about they're going to sue me, then deleting their messages so I can't fucking see them. But I already screenshotted them as soon as I got them because I'm not fucking stupid. You're not going to threaten me with a lawsuit. I'm American. This is what we do. You know?
we deal with this often.
Right. So, like, fuck you, man. I'm allowed to write a review for the experience that I had, and that's completely legal. Fuck your shit. So I said everything to Airbnb, and they're looking into it, and still dealing with that bullshit. But they also emailed me and said, you're well within your rights to leave a review like that, and we will be leaving it up.
Nice.
And I was like, nice.
Solid.
People need to know that €70
that's horseshit.
For your
a euro's
sleep.
more expensive than $1.
Is it?
It's
like,
slightly more.
Yeah, it's like $1.30.
Yeah.
Or some
that
shit.
adds up real fast, though.
It does with 70 fucking. I could have bought you a brand new
Exactly.
bed.
That's what
the
my
fuck?
question was every night.
Just go to get a fucking
Could you just
blanket.
go get a blanket?
Right, I didn't. We just slept the way we were.
Yeah.
Because it was warm or cool
that's
enough in the fucking thing, or
Yeah.
and it was just like, fuck it. I don't want to deal with anything else. But spent a stupid amount of money. Had some really good and some really shit food. The pizza over there sucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's garbage, dude. Like, you know pizza's American. I don't give a fuck what everybody else says. It was made in New York. And then the Italians are like, well, it's got sauce, so we'll try and make one. Nah, dog, you fucked it up.
Well,
That's not how this
it
goes.
was all the Italians in New York that fucking made
Right,
it.
but it was it was
It's an
created
American-
in New
Yeah,
York.
yeah.
It's created, it's American food.
But it's like the Italians in Italy were like, oh, well, they did it. We can do it. And
Right.
it's like, no,
No,
you
you're
fucked it
not
up
as- you're not as
immediately.
fat
I had
as us.
one
Yeah.
good
Fuck off.
pizza, and it was they literally took focaccia bread and like a thin focaccia, put some pizza sauce and some meatballs, like full fucking meatballs, and then put some cheese over it. I was like, all right. So everybody's eating this pizza with a fucking knife and a fork.
I was going to say, that does not sound like you can hand eat that.
No, that shit was bomb, but everything else sucked. The pasta, I get al dente, but this crunching in my mouth shit ain't no. No, I want some texture, but no, fuck that. So then we go to Iceland. We got a 26-hour layover, so we go to Blue Lagoon. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a
don't remember.
gigantic hot spring.
Yep.
Huge,
Oh, nice.
bro. So we go there. Iceland's really cold.
Yep.
Like a lot, man. Like it was 1 degree Celsius.
Ooh.
And the wind is fucking whipping, dude. There's nothing. There's nothing nowhere. It's flat as shit. There's nothing blocking any wind anywhere. It is just cold as fuck. I had this sweater I did not know we were going to be stuck in Iceland in the freezing weather. I had no idea. So,
How was the hot springs, though?
well, I'm getting to that part. So, first of all, you shower before you go into the hot springs.
Okay.
One of the things they say is try not to get either beard hair or regular hair in the hot spring. It'll fry it.
Really?
Right? Well, it's like salt water, and it's fucking hot. And it's like got sulfur and like all that other shit in it, right? So I have a soaking wet head, and I get
in
into
1
this
degree weather
1 degree
with wind.
windy as shit, and it's 38 degrees Celsius in this water. So my whole body up to my neck is like toasty hot, and then my head is fucking frozen, like almost icicles on my hair. I'm so cold, and so like my body doesn't know what the fuck's happening, and so then I developed this cough I've had for like the past like week.
Yep.
Yeah.
From just from that, man.
Yeah.
But the hot spring itself, really fucking cool, man. I've
Just
never
not that
experienced
time
something
of year.
like that. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be like that. Like this is getting close to summer.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
warming up. Yeah, like
wild.
fuck, man. Iceland's cold. And it doesn't get dark very long.
Really?
Oh, summer it's like 18 or 20-hour days.
It was like 4 hours of
cow.
darkness.
It's like how Alaska is, where it's like in the winter there's like 2 hours of daylight, and then during the summer it's like all day.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we get there and we're like chilling in the room. I'm like, dude, I am getting kind of hungry. Like, what time is it? It's like 8:30 at night and it's bright.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, we got to get some food before we go to bed. Walked down and got some of the bombest burgers we had the entire time at this little Elvis diner in Iceland.
An Elvis?
Yeah, dude. But oh my god, they gave us water. It was fucking tap water, and it was so good. It was so good, dude. They have some of the best water I've ever tasted in my life.
That's funny. It is interesting when you have different waters and you're like, that's well water, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then that is the water at my house.
Yep.
And I don't want it anymore.
Well, I mean, I moved here from LA.
Oh.
That shit's gray
Yeah.
until it settles, and then
Yeah.
you can see through it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Holy
bad.
shit.
And I would drink that shit straight from the hose, right? Like, I didn't
Yeah.
give a fuck. But I moved up here, and I was like, why is your water in the bathroom? First of all, it was so cold. And then I drank some of it, and it was so good.
Yeah.
And now I've had Iceland water. I don't even want Washington water anymore. Like, just fuck that, dude. But it was a trip, man. So me and my kid got along really well.
That's good.
Like 99% of it. The last little bit, that last like 8-hour flight, we started going after it a little bit. But he's sitting there like shaking his knee at me. And I'm like, 30 hours of flight time. We got 2 more hours. Cut it the fuck out. Like, I don't need you bobbing on against my knee. I'm huge. I'm half in your chair already. I have to sit like this, which is all squished up, or have my hands on the seat in front of me, because otherwise I'm on these people next to me. Mm-hmm. Right? So if you could just chill the fuck out. I'm extremely uncomfortable. I don't need you kicking me. Right? Like, well, I can't help it. I get it, man. I'm not mad at you for doing it. Just fucking stop, right? Like, I can't. I'm gonna
Just do
flip
the other
fuck
knee if you
out.
can. Like,
It was so bad, dude. This dude next to us is like, he's coming to Portland or he's coming to Seattle. Clearly gay dude, right? And he's definitely judging like a motherfucker, like just judging hard that I'm yelling at him about bumping his knee. And because I was like, hey, stop doing the knee. I said it like 3 times. And then I was like, he's obviously like judging me, and I'm like, 30 fucking hours of flight, dude, and you got to do this now. And then he kind of relaxed a little bit, but I think he thought I was just being a dick. But dude, 8 hours on a flight, bro.
yeah, it's not fun.
Tiny ass chairs, fucking prick in front of me, just like, I get it. You have the ability to put your seat back. I don't have a lot of room back here already. I'm a big dude, right? So my hands got to go on your seat, and then you pushed it further in my face. My screen's this far from my face.
Yeah.
That'd be annoying.
I was mad, dude, and I'm just like, so I just really just hung on to this dude's chair and just yanked on it until he got sick of me fucking with his chair while he's trying to sleep, and he pushed it back forward, and I was like, You already got extra leg room. I walked past your seat, you know? Like, so if you could fuck off for just a little bit, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's one of the things I hate about flights is the leg room. I have way too long of legs to be flying for long flights.
I try to get the outside as much as possible. I don't care about seeing out of it.
If you get the chance, do the fucking exit row, because you get the good leg room without being in first class.
Yeah, until it's a fucking 8-hour flight and it's another $200 a pop, you know? And then, like I get it. It's worth it. But, like, Jesus. I told myself I was never going to Europe again unless it was first class.
Yeah.
Until I tried to get first class tickets. And it was like $10,000 for the two of us.
Ooh.
I was like, yeah, no. I'm not doing that.
Well, I was going to say, most transatlantic have, like, the bed ones. But I guess if it's, like, that would be more like first class then.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I want a bed, dude. I want, like, a whole section for me. Somewhere I can be comfortable. You give me that, I'd have been fine.
Yeah,
you know, but
great.
I also heard something about Delta is the first flight to make it so that fatness is a handicap. So they'll give you 2 seats, and so I'm gonna look into that.
For free?
Yeah, they'll give you the extra seat as a handicap because you're too big.
Interesting.
I'm gonna look into it, but I don't know.
They already have the extra belt straps, so.
Those fit me still. I'm not that fat.
Well, I mean, for the people that, like, they bring their own fucking, like, seatbelt to click in.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what I did for 10 fucking days. Like, it was a lot of fun. We got my kid his charms. We checked one store and it was like $15 a piece for these charms, and I was like, okay, it was a lot cheaper than I thought, so that's great. And then we kept going, and then we went to a shop, like a jewelry shop.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, all said and done, it was like €500 for his necklace and his charms. I was like, you better not fucking lose this, dude.
Yeah.
But we got him a really cool one and a nice necklace. And yeah, so when he turns 16, he turns 16 at the end of the month. And
Nice.
that's his gift for me. Really, the whole trip and everything was. And, you know, he finally talked to my mom, and my mom was trying to tell him that, like, you know how lucky you are that you got to go over there. Kids will never get it. They don't get that shit till they're older. You know, how many kids do you even know that got to go out of the country, let alone do a fucking 10-day trip? Right. Right, but it's not.
No,
it's
rare.
like a thing,
It's,
right? You know, like,
Yeah.
they don't get to do. This kid's been to El Salvador like 4 fucking times.
Really?
He's been to Europe now. Like, he goes to fucking California every other year. He's fucking all over the place, dude.
I want to go to Europe so bad. That's my family's bucket list. Is to go to Europe.
I love Europe. I love it over there. That flight, dude.
Yeah.
Like, right now, I'm still mad at it. Give me a couple of years until I remember. So I got to take my daughter. I promised my daughter. She's 12 right now. So I'll take her
couple of
before
years.
she turns 16. And we'll get her charms. I think, so my son was extremely experimental with the food. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever he got, he ate. And a lot of the times we don't know what the fuck we're ordering, right? So, like...
Just take it as you go.
Yeah, dude, but he was a good sport about it. My daughter will not do that.
Yeah.
There's no way. Getting her to eat anything is hard as shit already. So, but I do think I'm going to have a lot more fun. Because with him, we went, like, we'd go to the Vatican. Then we'd come home. He's like, I'm tired. I want to be at home. He wants to talk to his girlfriend. So I just left him at home and took off. I just drove around in the
your own
car.
thing.
Yeah, dude, fuck it. Like, I want to go see the city. And so that's what I did. And then we went and saw the Colosseum and the Forum and, like, all that other. Which, first of all, do the tours, right? I would say do the tours, but then go back in yourself, right? Because the Vatican, I love art. I love artwork. I love architecture. I love all that. Like, I have never seen something I was so impressed with in my life, dude. Besides when I look in the mirror, you know what I mean? No, but I mean, like, so you got to think about this. This entire building was not only built by master craftsmen, but, like, the best ever came to create this structure, right? So every little doorknob, every little column,
so intricate.
it's
and
magnificent.
Like, yeah.
And then they had the best artists in the world come and fucking paint it. Like, it's insane. The walls, the ceilings, every single piece of every single part of every single thing in the floor, the columns, the walls, the ceiling, the tapestries, everything's art. All of it. So we spent about 2 hours walking through this thing. Sistine Chapel blew my fucking mind, bro. That thing is huge. These dudes painted this by hand. Not just painted it by hand. Apparently, you mix plaster together, you whip that shit down, you paint it, and you don't even know what it looks like for Scherzies till tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, holy shit.
So
That's
they had to
intense.
paint it before the plaster set?
Yeah, so that the plaster would absorb it, and then it will show through tomorrow.
You probably had to do like a ton of practice to get to where you can do real artwork.
And there's no fuck ups. You
Yeah.
now have to replaster that part and repaint it and hope that looks better.
That's wild.
Insane.
Yeah.
That is
Damn.
wild.
The ceiling, the wall, everything. It was crazy. So I just spent 6-7 hours in there by myself, just like
Looking
in
at
each
everything,
room,
yeah.
just staring at everything. I took 1,000 fucking pictures, and none of it did anything justice. We go into St. Peter's Basilica, which is basically it's the church for the Vatican, right?
Okay.
Dude, it's one story. Well, besides all the secret shit beneath it, right? And the
Catacombs
tombs
and
and all that shit. But you walk in, the ceiling is 4 stories high. The ceiling. And not to mention, from ground to ceiling, artwork, sculptures, etched in columns. Like, it was fucking insane. Then you walk in and there's domes, which like up at another 2-3 stories, right? When I got to the main part of it, you look up in that dome, that thing's like 10 stories high, dude. Like, just, I've never seen such a massive structure in my life. It's all one gigantic, basically, room. Huge, and just kind of sectioned off with columns and like a wall here, or like a fucking wall here with curtains so that you don't go in. Like, it was nuts. So my kid was done by then. Done, right? So we're just walking through. I spent another couple hours in that motherfucker right there, too. Nuts. Never seen such a beautiful building in my life. It was pretty intense to think that it was like all Jesus-y, you know? It was like, all of it had to do, I told my son that, I'm like, can you believe this was all built on the belief that other people, like, were shoved down these people's throat? Like, the Vatican, like, all that shit, they didn't pay to have these people work on this shit. It was, like, donated. Or where do you think they got their money? From the people. And then they spent it on this. Like, what fucking prickholes were just like, you believe in Jesus? Perfect. I want a really cool building.
Give me $20.
$20? Millions
Yeah.
and gajillions of dollars.
But they do it to every single person. Like, give me $20. I'll make a cool building for you.
Right.
It'll be
And then you
pretty.
can come in here and worship when we say. You can come in here when we open the door. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, for reals, though.
Yeah.
The only thing they had covered up because they were doing some work to it was there's there's a fucking set of columns, right? It's like this big column thing that's directly over St. Peter, and that was under construction. But it's like pure black, like iron or steel, and it's supposed to look a little demonic. But I'm walking around just like looking for the demons. You know, like, it's the Vatican. I guarantee. Like, I don't trust the Catholics. Fuck them. And I could throw them far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to stop using that saying when I got real fucking strong.
Yeah.
I only trust them as far as I can throw them. I can throw them
can't
pretty
use that
far.
anymore.
Yeah. Depends on the person. Anyways, I was talking to you a little bit about Nordic training systems. So they're... I'm going to be in cahoots with them here soon, selling off all their fucking product. They're based in Norway and Sweden.
Okay.
So they're over there. They have the UK on lockdown. They're doing really good over there. Their equipment's fucking amazing.
They're just wanting to try and get over to the U.S.
Well, it was more of, I was like, hey, you want to sponsor? They're like, where the fuck over here? And I was like, oh, my buddy Ken Nowicki, he talked to Cerberus. I don't know if you know who that is.
I saw a lot of their lifting gear.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
talked to them, and he brought them over to the U.S., and now they're big. They're doing really well. So I told him, I said, hey, what if I do that for you? We had a meeting yesterday, and it went really well. And so
Nice.
we're going to talk about that. It might just be like a resale thing.
But just getting the product over here
Right.
is a huge step.
Well, the cool thing, too, he was like, well, you know, when you create your website, he's like, create a brand, and we can even brand the stuff we send to you with that.
That's
right?
pretty cool.
He's like, because then I don't mind you selling other people's stuff or whatever. The stuff you find the coolest, sell yourself, right? And I
Just
was
as
like,
long as starting off, you're getting that stuff there.
Well, I'm
and
getting
then-
the equipment
but
from
yeah.
them. They're
Yeah.
making it all, so they don't mind branding it for me, which I might just do psychotic strength and just
Yeah.
fucking put my logo on everything
There you go.
and just
That'd be
sell it
pretty
from
cool.
there. That'd be really cool.
Just psychotic strength wrist wraps.
Wrist wraps, knee wraps, shoes. They got
Yeah.
those fucking deadlifting shoes.
That'd be pretty dope.
They got belts, like real fucking belts, man.
Like lever belts?
Lever
or-
belts, normal belts. The only thing I don't like about the lever belt that I saw was a single hole lever, which makes me nervous.
Not too.
Not the
hooks in it.
double, yeah. Which I might talk to them about it. They're creating these new elbow straps right now that are like. Have you seen mine? That
I
are
think
like
so.
Velcro. I
Yeah.
can Velcro it closed. Well, I like them and I don't like them. I like them because they really give me a little extra push, but I don't like them because they're like very thin Velcro, and it's really just tight where it lands. Whereas they're actually going to do full Velcro straps, so you can slide this whole thing on, and the Velcro is going to be about this thick, and so it's going
So
to like
tighten over a bigger.
like over my arm, right? So like lock my arm out a little better.
Yeah.
Because this one is just tight. Like I could use a couple rubber bands and do this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but so the guy's a smart dude. He's really cool. He's really nice.
I
Man.
mean, I'm sure he would probably take some feedback from, like, if you use it, and then, like,
That-
especially for someone that's using it to use it.
Well,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. He did. Apparently, they did like a whole like beta test, right? Where they like created it, had a bunch of people use them, and they took all the feedback, and now this is what
Trying
this
to
is
get
the
what
next
they're
part.
offering. Yeah,
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
yeah, I'm excited about it. So we'll
Seems like
see
a
how
good
that
company to
goes.
work with. Hopefully
Yeah.
it goes well.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah.
It will, or it'll just be over. Like it's just
Yeah.
kind of how business works, man. Like
Yeah.
it's either going to work or it's not.
Yeah, give it a shot. Might as well.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're moving, right? We'll move on to
Moving.
you.
Yep. I move next week. Renting a house. I'm excited for that. Got a lot of crap to move. We canceled our storage unit, so that's done at the end of the month. So I got to get everything out of it. But we'll have the space for all of our stuff. That'll be
one
super
less bill
fun.
to add or
One-
to reduce.
Well, we're replacing it with a
Yeah.
bigger one.
Yeah. But it's one less thing that you have to deal with.
Yeah,
but-
one less thing to deal with, but I'm excited for that. Gym wise, I'm working on eating less, but still the stuff I need to eat. I say as I just had a bunch of hot cocoa. And then I've also been doing like a bit of intermittent fasting just because I will snack and spend a bunch of money at the gas station on break at work. I'll get energy drinks and meat sticks and protein bars and a bag of chips, and that adds up a lot if you're doing it 5 days a week. And it's also just none of it's really healthy. So it's helped me cut all that out. And then I'm meal prepping a bit more, so I have a lunch to eat on lunch. I have food for after work. Trying to be better about
What
that.
time's
But,
your intermittent fasting?
noon is when I can start eating, and then 10 is supposed to be the cutoff. Last night I did not do that well. But I got home after the fights, and I was like, I've had one meal today. I should probably eat some more. So I made some tostadas and had those for fucking bomb. But
I have the same kind of problem where, because I work at a grocery store, so like it's so easy to be like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. Let me go grab something to eat.
yeah, that'd be a bit
Where
too
you're
easy
like
for
looking
me.
at something all day.
Yeah. It's literally right in front of the pharmacy is the Nabisco stand, so it has like Oreos and like
man.
Wheat
Oh, that would
Thins
kill
and
you.
all the shit that's like right there. It's like I want those, but I'm not getting them. But god damn it, they look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm excited though. We'll be able to do a better podcast setup there. We're gonna probably have a game room, and then whether we do it in the garage or in a game room, we'll have an area that we can easily set up the podcast. Hopefully, put an actual kind of background around to some degree. I have another YouTube channel going up. The first video will go up on the 19th when we're moving in. So I'm excited for that. I have 2 more that are going to go up in the respective weeks, and then I want to go out and shoot the next one. But that one's A Trip is the name of the channel. And then it's just going to be like leatherworking, shooting, fishing, whatever the hell I want to do. It's going to be anything.
Ooh, you know what just hit my brain holder? Dude, check this out. I just got a new car, right?
Yeah.
It's old.
Okay.
Oh, I should have drove it today. It's a 1972 Lincoln Continental.
Okay.
It's all white. It's sexy as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude. Anyways, the top came unstitched.
Oh, okay.
Right? And it's just unstitched. It's not like it tore or anything of that nature. So I have a dude's number of somebody to call to like restitch it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to do is I would like it stitched back up, but I want a pocket directly above me. And really, I want to put a gun in there.
Okay.
So it's up there because there's nowhere else that I'd be able to put a gun.
Gotcha.
So I'd love to be able to. You just come take a peek and see what
Yeah.
it is. Because when I did it, at first I was like, oh yeah, but like I could definitely stuff something up here. And I was like, oh shit, what if I like made that a thing to do? Like
That could be
stuck it.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, so it doesn't have to be like crazy fancy. It would just have to fit like a 9mm up there or something.
Yeah. I mean, we'd want it to look nice, but I'm sure we could do that.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting project to do.
Yeah.
I would not want to fuck up the Lincoln, but that'd be different. That could be a fun video to do, but
Well, yeah, you got to see the car too.
I'll say I'm down to see it.
So we made it. Well, the guy I got it from. It's just one of his many projects. He wanted more space for a different one.
Yeah.
And $6,000. I got this thing for 1972 Lincoln Continental. It's got the original paint, which isn't terrible. It's not awesome, but you can't tell till you get up close. You know that there's like little chips and shit here.
Yeah,
and
it
there,
looks good until you get close.
Yeah, yeah. But the inside, that was the hardest part. Finding an old car with a nice interior.
Yeah.
That shit gets nasty, but this is fucking tits, dude.
There you go.
I got shag black carpet in it. This thing's fucking sexy. It's already got a brand new deck in it, so I can connect to Bluetooth, all that other stuff.
Nice.
There's 2 speakers only though in the back, so I need some tweeters. But it's already set up for a rear view camera. and an 8-inch subwoofer in the back.
Wow.
Well, I was like, why would I need a fucking camera? There's no mirror on the other side. There never was. It looks like there never will be. And it is huge. Have you seen the Lincoln
It's a
Continentals?
fucking boat.
It's
I know I've
gigantic.
heard them
land
called
yacht.
boats, but
It's a
I don't
land
remember
yacht.
how
It
big
is
they are.
huge, dude. Like the hood is like 6 feet.
Seriously?
It's
Yeah.
gigantic.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Pure, just steel vehicle, and it's fast.
It's got to have a big engine in it to move that
I
fucking
got
car.
dualies in it. We switched it over to fucking electronic fuel injected as well. So like it's saving me money on gas and it's faster and runs cleaner. Like I mean I haven't really like I'm not using it as a roadster.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like,
You haven't like opened it up to
I'm
just
not
fucking.
trying to, but some people try and race me, and I make sure they understand that's
That they
not
shouldn't.
gonna work. It's also automatic.
Oh.
Right, so like it's definitely a cruiser. It's
Yeah.
not, but I am thinking about. I got the original steel wheels on it. I was thinking of making like putting the bigger, thicker tire in the back, like because why not?
Yeah.
But I don't want to put like fatty rims on it because I'm driving it every day. I mean, I'm not driving it every day. I got the antique fucking license plates on it. Apparently, you're only supposed to drive that car 2 shows and back.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
For
Because
the
I don't.
antique. Or like the.
Well, I don't have to pay for tags. I don't have to pay for
Oh.
shit. So like that's the rules, right?
Gotcha. Them's the
But then the
rules.
lady's like, "But there's some sort of show every day." everywhere. So just, if you get pulled over, look one up real quick. You'll be fine. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, well, it's also, the guy wrote on there, $500. He sold it to me for $500. And he said, because ruined tranny. And so I told them too, I was like, it's $500. She's like, are you sure? And I'm like, I gotta completely rebuild the tranny. So like, yeah. And I had driven it there. It's like in the parking lot. Yeah, dude.
That's funny.
But I gotta wash it right now because it's getting. I'm driving it everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's white. It's like off-white. It's got pinstripes on the side.
Ooh.
I want to get it repainted. That's gonna be $15,000 to $20,000. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to paint the Ranger just because it has that really bad rust spot on the hood, but I have no idea how to do it.
Well, actually, there's a couple ways. So first of all, there's a route that's like $6,000 for me to paint. But he's like, it's like an 80% job. We just gotta sand some stuff out, smooth it out. He's like, there could be running, there could be this. For an antique car like that,
You want to do it right.
I'm doing
Yeah.
15, 20 grand. That's how that's what I'm gonna do. They're gonna take apart the entire car, blast it, repaint it, and reprimer it. Right.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not fucking with that car. That's my baby. I've wanted one of these my entire life, so I finally got one.
So I want a classic Mustang. That's always been what I wanted.
Look at Facebook Marketplace. They're not expensive.
The problem is then I have to have somewhere to put it, and I need to have a reason to have it. I almost bought it when I got T-boned. I almost bought it, and then I bought that little shitbox Volkswagen I had. I honestly should have bought the Mustang because I would have spent the time to fix it. I'd have got everything done with it, and then I would have had a dope car.
Well, and they're
And now
so
I'd have the
easy
Ranger
to
back.
fix.
Yeah, the Volkswagen basically never ran. It didn't have a title. I
Yeah.
bought it from a super sketchy dude over in Port. I shouldn't have
And
bought that car.
Volkswagens are a bitch. It's all
Yeah.
European. Like
Yeah.
you got to order the parts in.
There
So-
was a pretty cheap Mustang that was running that needed a little bit of. I should have bought it. It would have been, I think, cheaper than the Volkswagen I bought too. I'm still mad at myself about that because that would have been.
We'll be mad.
Oh, it would've been
That was a
sick.
missed opportunity, but an opportunity for someone else.
Yeah.
Look forward. You'll get yours. But just keep your options open. Look.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I need to build savings first.
Right. Yeah. Don't worry about the car. Don't worry. That was the thing. People are like, you're just going to keep driving that around? What if it breaks? I'm like,
Okay.
I feel like I make enough money to fix it, dude. Like, I don't give a fuck. Why can't I drive it every day?
What's the point of having it?
I'm not driving it. I'm not having a garage car. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I almost bought an Audi TT
Okay.
because it said TT on the back. I was just gonna add one more T, and it was gonna be cool. And I'm like looking. I'm like talking to this dude about purchasing it. My mom comes up and she's like, "Oh, that's cute." And I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, man." I was kind of going more the sports car route, right? I wanted something two-door for me, not because I have kids, right? My kids are almost gone. I want a nice car. And she's like, "Are you gonna fit in that?" And I'm like, I really doubt it. Like, I didn't think about that this
Yeah.
whole time I'm about to purchase this Audi. And I was like, I'm not going to fit very well in that at all. That thing is tiny.
Yeah.
And now as we drive around, I see them more often.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't buy one of those because they look small.
Yeah. That person that I know that you met at the bank, her dad is a big fucking dude. Not like super tall. He's a decent height, but he's just like pretty built. And he has a little Porsche, and it is the funniest fucking thing to see him get into that Porsche. Yeah, that just made me think about that. But I want a Mustang.
Well, I look good getting out of this car. This thing's
Yeah.
fucking huge. And then I get out, I'm like, yeah. I get a lot of... So, I feel
Car
like,
just fit the man.
right. But I feel like this is like the gym. When you go to the gym and you start getting big and you're like, yeah, all the chicks are going to be like, ooh, you're so hot. But it's really just dudes that are just like, fuck yeah, man. Good job. That's what I'm
Looking
getting.
good,
Yeah.
man.
Just old men, just like, nice car. I'm like, thanks, bud. You
I know
know?
it makes you smile, so.
There you go.
So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'd love to have you come and take a peek at it.
Yeah, I'm down. That seems like an interesting project.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'd really enjoy it.
I'd say that first video I'm putting up is me making a outside the waistband holster for my pistol. The second one will be the mag holster, and then the third one will be all the finish work. And the fourth one I'm going to do is going to be taking them to the range, probably with my buddy Matthew, and doing some training using the shot clock he has. We'll edit that
draw.
together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually like do a proper video of using it. And I'll probably bring out a few of my older holsters and show like a bit of the design
progress.
changes and how it makes it easier to actually
Do it.
pull it from the holstered out, because that's where I was like, okay, I need to make a new one. I need to make a new one for my SIG P320, because I went shooting with Matthew and I had my outside the waistband holster with that, and one, I put the thumb strap on the wrong side. It's one of the first holsters I made, so it's not a thumb break. I have to break it with the other side, my other fingers, and then it blocks your hand getting all the way into the gun, so you have to pull it out and then re-grip, and then you can use it. So this one I made, there is no thumb strap, and then I can get a full grip on the pistol, the trigger's still protected, and then pull it and just go. So do some videos with that. But then I got a buddy at work who I guess does a bunch of fishing, and they just do stuff on like Instagram. They do socials and stuff. He said they're starting to get like sponsors reaching out. So it's like, maybe I'll do a video with them, have him go teach me how to fish, because I'm fucking trash at it. But go do some with him, because he does it all the time.
I was going to say, I don't think I've fished since I was like 14 or 15, and I was with my grandpa setting everything up and me just reeling in fish.
I say I went like a year or two ago. It's the first time I've ever actually caught fish, but I'm not much of a fisherman. When my dad would take us out, he was a truck driver, so he stopped having time to do it, and that's when I started having patience. But when we used to go out, I was like 6. I just didn't have patience for fishing.
Sturgeon fucking suck to try and reel in.
I bet.
They're bottom feeders, and then they're also like 6+ feet long. Especially the ones in Colombia, they're closer to like 20.
Holy cow.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
sturgeon
they're
are
dinosaurs.
They are,
fucking huge. Just imagine 15-year-old me, skinny as fuck, trying to reel in a fucking like 8-foot sturgeon. Like it takes a long ass time.
I bet. Say I reeled in a fish when I was we went out to like John Day Dam, I think is what it was, and everybody was saying they weren't getting any bites in the shallow area where they were biting, so we went to one of the deeper areas. It was like 100 feet. He had one of the depth finders. So I'm like, we put a bunch of weight on it. I drop it down. I have no clue if I've gotten anything. So it's like, all right, well, I don't even know if I'm at the bottom. I'm just going to reel it back up, and then I'll try again. And I'm reeling, and it feels like it's for fucking ever, and it's really heavy. And I had like a little fish on it. I had no clue. Hooked it without knowing at all. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll try again now, I guess. And we caught like, I don't know, 10 little ones.
Nice.
Enough for some food. I made some fish and chips with it.
There you go.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I've caught a couple salmon.
Yeah.
Salmon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not very good at it.
They've
I
got
don't
some
like
fight.
doing it. Sam, yeah, it was a good fight with it, but it sucked because the dude who took me out, it was all his shit, his boat.
Mm-hmm.
I caught 2 salmon, he caught nothing.
Damn.
So he was all butthurt, and so he's like, it's kind of tradition you kind of give one of those up since I'm the one that took you out. I'm like,
so you're going to be a cunt.
sure.
Yeah, just because you were bad at fishing today.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't care, dude. I'm not a big fan of fish, anyways.
Yeah.
I would. I much prefer the Pacific Northwest salmon versus like the East Coast salmon. There's like a significant difference in Atlantic salmon taste. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, Atlantic salmon has like almost no taste to it whatsoever, whereas the Pacific Northwest or like the Pacific side has more of like actual fish flavor.
Interesting. Yeah, I never realized that like what is it? Seattle has that fish market that's a really well-known fish market.
Yep.
It's weird that like you just grow up and these things are nearby, but then you also have like the Washougal motocross tracks.
Yeah,
is like a nationally
recognized motocross track.
Yeah,
it's like
like
one
that,
of the
like,
best in the U.S.
It's just normal. It's in the town. Don't
it's
even
like
think about
once
it.
a year we just have
Horrible
motocross
traffic.
Yeah,
and I hate it. But also, that's how this town makes its money.
Yeah, good part
Don't
of it.
even think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, all the tourists that come in to watch the races and all the racers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fuck.
Do you have any kind of a gym update?
Not
We're
really.
Slowly working our way through
Yeah,
the gym
no,
update.
not really.
No.
I found out my insurance actually will do a discount on gym memberships, though. So I'm looking to see what ones it does for it. I think All Pride is one of them, but it like lowers it to like $20 a month or something.
Nice.
So I'm looking to do that, and then I'll start going to the gym again. And then I'll focus on dealing with food and shit. I just want to get into working out again.
I just got gym dumped just now.
Like just now?
Just now, yeah.
Really?
That's what that text was.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, well.
By Justin? He's not coming no more?
No, I think he's coming. I think he just wants to go our separate ways.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, that's sad.
yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
I am a bit of a socialite when I get in there.
It's been known to happen.
Yeah. I got a lot of shit going on in my life, too.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
If it weren't for having to pay for it and the schedule's lined up better, I'd go. But should be on swing shift here soon, which will be, I don't know how I want to set my day up with that. That'll be interesting.
Well, I might just start going in at like 6:30 instead. That'll be a lot easier for me.
Yeah, not going at 4 a.m.
4:30 in the morning? Yeah.
It's so early.
Yeah, dude.
I'll say, if you want to be there at 1 a.m., I can come from work.
Not bad, man.
No. I'll say, I want to get, random topic change. I was just thinking about it. But so the place we're going to be renting, it has trash parking. We have a driveway, we have a garage, but with Kirsten and I having different schedules, we can't really share it. So I'm going to have her have the driveway because I don't want her having to park and then walk to the house. I will have to park either like right on the street outside of the house or down in the visitor parking probably, so it's fine. But I'll be getting home at like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and I also just want to be able to carry more options. But I think I want to get one of the Sheepdog tactical fanny packs, because then I can have like all my tools I need for work, which isn't much, but tape measures, just random shit, wallet, phone. I hate shit in my pockets. It bugs the crap out of me. Put all of that in there, and then also have a pew with me for coming home or doing whatever I need to. Be easier to carry when I'm dressed like this. And until I get the spare tire gone, appendix is not comfortable. So,
Yeah. I've been wondering about that. Like, what I'd even be able to handle, because I'm a big guy, like what it would even be comfortable.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the probably something like the fanny pack, or there's certain ones where it goes like further down in your leg and you pull a strap and it pulls it up and out. That feels like it'd be very uncomfortable on the inside, but a lot of people really like them.
I might just wear it on the outside.
Yeah, there you go. There's also a Fat Tack. It's a new holster I saw that's made for heavier guys, I guess. I don't know. My buddy Chance sent it to me, and he's like, "You should get this." I was like, "Fuck you, I'm not that fat." Like, damn, skinny ass bitch.
Yeah, well.
Chance is tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. We ain't built the same.
Anyway, so what else do you got, Alan?
Not much. I have a tattoo coming up
Yeah?
next month.
Yeah.
I think like midway through next month or something. It's after Daniel Sloss. I know that for sure.
I forgot we're doing
That's next month.
that. Okay.
It's on the 8th, I believe. Because I tried to get that day to do the tattoo because I'm taking that day off anyways. Because I wanted to do the tattoo in the morning and then go to Daniel Sloss afterwards. She's out of town that week, so I can't do that. But I'm doing it like the next week after that in one of the weekends. So I have the couple days to
There you go.
make sure everything is good.
I'm excited for that show. Should be good. Have you ever watched any of his comedy?
I don't know.
It's
what
fucked
this
up,
is.
and you'll love it.
Daniel Sloss, he's a comedian. He has a couple specials on Netflix. It's good. It'll be a good show. I'm excited.
Yeah,
He has a fun sense of humor.
yeah.
It's pretty great.
It's real fucked up.
Slossness monster.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dental Sloss.
Anywho. I don't know, my mind's kind of racing right now.
I say you still
I
seem
can't
like you're
focus.
waking up a little bit.
No, I'm awake. That text really threw me.
Yeah.
It's really long, so I got to get through it. I haven't read the whole thing yet.
Oh,
But,
okay. Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
See how that
Well,
goes.
hopefully everything's okay there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes, man. Not everybody's for everybody.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
Especially gym partners. It's hard to get people you work well with there, I think.
Yeah.
You gotta mesh well. I had some high school gym partners that just ended up me yelling at them because they were being a bitch. Which they were. Perkins was his last name, I think.
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was me and Jose and him. Which doesn't work.
No.
Jose's a big fucker who he can lift heavy because he's heavy, but like Perkins is a downsized version of Alan.
Yeah, like 5'8", but similar size.
But also not willing to push himself at all. So, like, we're lifting, and he just never wants to go up in weight. And he's like, no, I can't do it, And then I sit there and I call him a bitch for a while. And then he lifts it, and he's like, holy shit, I got it. And I was like, yeah. So now that's your new weight. And then next week he's back down. I'm like, all right, fuck you. I didn't like working out with him. Gotta have at least a little bit of push.
Yeah. Oh, man, that kind of sucks because this is the first dude who, like...
Was able to match you?
He was keeping up, yeah. So
yeah, I couldn't really do that when we were working out.
I know. That's okay. I mean, not a lot of people can. He was kind of behind on a few things, but his press was fucking great. Yeah, so... Oh, well, it is what it is.
Say about as much as I could do for you is give myself a nosebleed so you went and did your lift.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Good. You'd bleed a lot.
Yeah, I think I only gave myself a nosebleed once. I think.
Well, you did it a couple times.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. I might not remember.
Well, but we did end up talking a lot while we were in there, though.
Yeah, it was pretty early.
I know. It's yeah. I'm a social butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have conversation.
I'll say I missed the class. The class was pretty good. It just worked well for like 7 at night. It worked well for me at least.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to go to work, so it took forever. We tended to do like hour and a half, 2 hours, but get through the whole workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really do that so much when we were going at, what were we going, like 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. We will go at 6:30, and I can work Lillian coming after that.
There you go.
We can just go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back to working out by myself.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah. A little easier to show up when somebody's waiting on you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I could see he was getting irritated with me the entire time, too. I just couldn't figure out what was going on.
Mm.
But, yeah, figured it out. There's a paragraph there that should explain it.
Probably.
Oh, well. All right. Well, we've been here for about an hour. We'll switch over.
Sure.
Play some Magic.
Okay. Get
All
some
right,
games in.
All right. Well, this is Psychotic Strength. This is Tyler Toby Townsend.
Alan Anderson.
Justin Bates.
Cool.